The audio that you're listening to right now is coming from the Lark Max 2 connected to the Insta360 Go Ultra, and I cannot believe it actually works. So this kind of blew my mind. It was just like a haphazard test. I was doing all of these mics again. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this guy right there so you can see that. And it works. I'm shocked. You can actually put both mics on as well. Watch this. When I pull this one out, it's gonna connect. And now we have a double mic setup. And I believe that we could go stereo with this too. I have not tested that. I don't really plan on testing that because it's a very niche situation. But you also get individual recording with these. So if I wanted to, I could literally just start that process right there. And now I'm gonna have a file on this mic on top of the audio that's already coming through. That's just kind of crazy. So this is like way overkill for someone that has the Go Ultra, but if for some reason you have the Max 2 because you do other video work and you're like, hey, let me go ahead and get some extra bonus audio with my Lark system, then you could do that, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and do the double tap to turn the noise canceling off. Maybe it's a single tap. Yeah, it's just a single tap. And now that's there. I also have the light set up to show different colors so that I can tell which is which. It's just like a fun feature of the Lark Max 2. But this audio is exceptional. I already tested this a little bit, and I was quite pleased and surprised. I don't really know how long this will work, if it will continue to work, because Insta360 sometimes does firmware updates. Like this does not work, I believe, with the Insta360 X5. I'm about to test that again, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. So it's kind of a weird scenario with all of this stuff. But let me go ahead and turn the noise canceling back on, so you guys can hear and see that difference. And again, you know, you lose the ability to pull the pod out. I don't actually know if I could connect Bluetooth using the Lark Max 2. I don't think you can. I don't think you can do that, but I might try it in just a second. So that's what I'm getting out of the camera, at least, and I'm pretty surprised at the quality here. So if you're someone that was wondering, I think that most people should just get the Mic Air for the Ultra if that's like your main plan. But if you are someone that has the Max 2 and you're thinking about getting the Ultra, at this point, it does work. So that's kind of fascinating to me. I am going to go ahead and turn this off really quickly. So that is good. And one thing that I have not tested, which we're about to test live right now with you guys, is can we pair this with the Bluetooth? So if I put this into pairing mode, which should be just like holding this down, let's see if it'll go. Nope, I just turned off. All right, so I think maybe I just hold this down and it'll automatically start into pairing mode. All right, and we are pairing, but we're looking for a Wi-Fi option. So I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see. Let's go to Bluetooth. We are searching. If this actually has a Bluetooth option, I'm gonna be stunned. I didn't look this up beforehand. And so this is the Lark M2 audio that you're listening to connected to the Canon right there. Yeah, that's definitely not working, so. Oh, now that's interesting. Why is that red? Oh, that's muted, right. So that mutes the mic. That is a nice little bonus there. You can mute it right there. That's interesting. That's definitely not pairing though. So I think you only get the Hollyland pairing with this one. So hopefully that will repair once I connect it to my camera. If not, I'll just have to repair that in post. But when you think about that audio versus the Mic Air audio, I really think that you're kind of just better off with the Mic Air, because then you get the puck. You can remove the puck from the camera. And I've done tests with all of these mics, so I've got a little bit of experience with these things at this point. So I'm gonna make a summary video where I run through like my final thoughts on all of these once I've done the edits for this stuff. But I'll figure for this one, I'll go ahead and show you what this audio sounds like when you use the Mic Air, because it's a pretty nice little setup here. So this guy should turn on and connect immediately, but maybe not. Maybe I need to go back into this thing and make sure that we're good. You'll also notice that I film all of these videos with the lens cap on, because I am trying to make sure that I get a clean visual for you guys on all the stuff that I'm doing. So we'll go back to the Bluetooth, we'll tap on the Mic Air, we'll say connect, and it goes. I think I'm just confusing it when I'm connecting to the other mics right now, so that might be the issue. But you can see the audio coming through right there, and we'll go ahead and turn that guy on. And so this is the Insta360 Mic Air audio that you could get. And I just think that, like, for the price difference, unless you're trying to use this with other cameras, which you might, you know, that's what I normally do. With the exception of this video, I normally have this mic now connected to my top camera, and then just sitting right here on my chest as a double mic setup, because sometimes I just want to use the top-down view, and under those scenarios, I just want to use that audio and not have to keep mixing the audio in post, which I had been doing for a while. So this is what you could get, Mic Air with this whole thing connected. Really nice little feature. I think it's a great option. I think it might be the best option for most people, unless you are really set on being able to use this for other stuff. I didn't test, but you can monitor the audio through this with the plugin. You should have been able to do that. That's what the mic does anyway. And so you could have used the headset to monitor the audio under that circumstance, which is, it's not something I can show you, but it's a nice feature, but I just don't use it. I guess it really depends on, I can just look at the camera and be like, yep, we're getting audio. You can check this with this too, but it's something that I haven't felt like I needed. So there you go. All right, let me know if you have any questions. We'll go ahead and switch off of this. And now you're listening to, well, actually, you know what? Let's do one more thing. If you stuck around for this, I will give you one more taste of the audio for this, because we'll go with the camera. But I've done this on a few of the other ones, and I feel like it is a nice little option where essentially I have the voice voice focus turned on. And so what I'm going to show you is, you can see that recording right now. The audio that you are currently listening to is coming straight from the camera with the strongest voice focus isolation turned on. And my thinking is this is pretty good. So if you're looking at the Lark Max 2 versus the Mic Air versus just the straight camera, it is something to consider. I don't think I would go with the Lark Max 2, mainly because you're losing the ability to pull the camera out of the pod. But if you wanted to, and you're just going to leave the camera in the pod, then you do have that option, and you could use it that way. So let me know if you have any questions. I got one more test to do with the X5. Hopefully that works. We'll see. And that's it. So remember, you're going to sink or swim. Let's rise with the tide, and I'll see you on the flip side.